anything else. It is we spend these money through faith. So we know that other people will take it.
Through armed forces. You have to let's take this break. One moment, please.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30.
Yes, Mr. Carter, I'm just trying to process now. The armed forces, help us to make that connection, please.
You know that the American dollar is not on the gold standard, right?
Okay.
One of the advantages that the BRICS going to have is that their money will be backed by gold. Because China building up 52 tons of gold, Russia now have 12 tons of gold, and the BRICS money, if it collapses, they'll give you back gold for it. But they don't have enough gold now to back all of them currency, but they're working on it. But the American dollar, which is backed by nothing. So you're going to do an oil deal now, Saudi Arabia and Russia. Let's say Saudi Arabia and China go do an oil deal now, and the Chinaman go over Saudi Arabia and say, I want 1 million barrels of your oil by tomorrow. And he used to give. The world order was based on the World War II that America win. Was that you must use American dollar. The Chinese must give Saudis US dollar to get the oil. Chinaman and Saudi man say, we ain't got to do you again in America. We are going to take Chinese yen for my oil and we now use your money again. They used to them burn up the American dollar. You know what the Americans will have to do for that when that fails.
What would they have to do?
Take the world to war. Just like World War I, just like World War II, just like the Vietnam War, just like the war on terror, just like the war in Afghanistan. When everything fails, they're going to take the world to war.
Well, we hope it doesn't, and there's the word hope, I used it. We hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, then so be it. That's just a fact of life. Yes.
One of the experts said, because we watch him on the night, every night, and them say, every friendship going to need somebody in it with a warrior mind. Because you're the on the station, Dervan, you have a warrior mind. So be it, Dervan.
Indeed.
Everybody has to defend themselves and their interests because these politicians that lead in the Western economy, them lie Dervan and them hide information from the population because when the decision is to be made, they don't want it to affect their friends and family. Have a good evening, my professor.
Thanks for the call. Thank you very much. Although if they were hiding it, then we wouldn't have it to talk about then. I'm just thinking about that. The information is out there. All right, let's continue. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
How are you?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
Not as good as you.
I'll take your word for I'll take your word for it, Mr. Francis.
Yeah, I heard Never was talking some things about America, bankrupt and all. When get them out, America go that force now that can spread over Jamaica.
Not to mention oil.
Oh, they have some reserve. The guys are smart and they
Untouched, untapped oil.
Let me just real quick with you because I know you're busy. I got a few calls this morning from workers in the police department that some of them have not yet been paid since Friday. I don't want to name the area, but I could call them as a record here. I have the contact with the payroll department. department, in the police department, nobody to answer the phone, nobody I can get. I make contact with the permanent secretary office, and our secretary has made some contact, and I have not got anybody to talk about what is happening there. So just saying that it seems as if the payroll in the police department has fallen, and there's going to be a lot of problem there. Workers might go on demonstration. I don't know. I encourage them to hold to see what might happen. What I just want to say.
These are people you represent?
Uh,
Are these public sector workers that you represent?
yes, man. I represent civilian workers island, in every police station. You never know that.
So you're included in the more than 1,100 or more?
I'm about 800 of that.
Oh.
But what I'm saying, I'm coming to that point. Since we have emancipation and we have independence, about, is it 62 years this year?
61.
61 years.
Mm.
Why the government that is in power, or the opposition might be looking at it, from what I understand, why not appoint all the civilian workers, all the workers in the temporary position, Ministry of Health, Education Ministry, Postal Department, and all the people down there, and give the people this year of independence an option to say, well, something has been done for them by appointing them, giving them a letter of appointment, because, you know, especially in the civilian area that you mentioned, half of those people are there 14 and 15 years of a letter of appointment, and you don't believe that. But this is happening. Now, the minister is going to move on the idea, which is a late move, but let's hope to see what might happen there. So we are just saying to the government, use 61 here and talk to your permanent secretaries, talk to your supervisors and the director of personnel, and bring the list of people together from all the different ministries who are not appointed. A woman just called me from a certain police station that is 14 years and she don't get a letter of appointment. I mean, where's all these ministers? Where's all these permanent secretaries? What are they doing to all the people? Now you're telling the people about they are emancipated and they are independent. And a woman is going to leave the work probably next week or so without a letter of appointment. So we are saying to the government, as a trade to the workers and as an elevation to the workers of Jamaica, use the year 61 to appoint everybody from now on them. Postal agents, postmen, people in the police department, Ministry of Health, all the ministries down the road there that will have hundreds and hundreds of these part-time people. Why can't they use this year? I'm asking the government to look at this year with a view to appoint all these people, give them a letter of appointment, give them some retroactivity, and say to the nation, this is what we have done. What a beautiful thing it would be. Why can't they do that? It will not cost them much. It cost them some people.
From all indications, that's apparently how they started out. They seem to have started out declaring that this is going to be quite transformational and what will happen, etc., etc. Obviously, things didn't go exactly how they planned.
I don't know what plan they had. Let me tell you something, sir. Please, I'm bearing me a little bit. When I was a young man in the post office, I was a postman, you know. They used to call me the English postman. And I served all the district in Kingston. When you go into the post office, under the postal system, which was good and still good, they would give you a letter after 6 months to a medical. And when the result of that medical come back to the Postmaster General, he will write a letter to you to say he has been directed by the Governor General, or who it was, I don't remember, to appoint you as B grade. And when you move from the B grade after a certain time with good service, you have the A grade, you have the, we used to have our Chief Inspector of Postmen, they were, and until today, sir, Nobody's coming through the post office gate after certain years without their letter of appointment and their So I'm saying it is still happening in the post office. Now we have so many ministers.
So what are trade unionists like you doing about that?
Well, I'm telling you, if you meet with me one day, I can show you that we have been writing about it, talking about it. There are some areas where we have some benefits, such as uniform and tailoring allowance under my negotiation. We have all those. But what I'm saying, giving a worker some money is good. But if you don't give the worker a letter of appointment to say you are properly here with me, you are permanent with me after so much years, which is unusual. I've never heard this in my life. So to answer you, we have been writing, other unions have been writing about the condition of the worker. So we have written, I have been writing from 2002. We couldn't write up, I could show you a file that I couldn't lift up. I just write to the Minister of National Security since week, telling him, thanking him for getting alert and echoing the call for these workers to be in a better position. Because what are you going to tell these workers? 16 years, 14 years, why can't you appoint them? What is the problem? Why are we so cruel against the workers? So I'm proposing to the government to use this year to clean up all those attendants and people at the bottom and mechanics and washermen and appoint the people. Give them a little back money out of it, retroactivity. Put it out there. And I'm confident if this government do anything like that, they could never lose because it's 12, 14,000 workers that we're talking about. And if the opposition who claim to line up to win, these are things I wrote a backup report to the opposition leader and drop it in office about the condition of postal agents and post office workers. And he has not replied to me until today. Right? I write to Dervan who jumping up and down. And he has not replied to me today. I have all these letters and records, sir. I write to Jamaica House, to the Prime Minister. I've gone to churches, big meetings, drop the union business card on the Prime Minister, or I read all them days. And today, to answer your call, what am I doing? I've been working feverishly. And as you hear me today, some workers have not been paid in the police department. Some call from...
Yes, you told, that's how you started. So no need to repeat because that's taking up additional time and we need to move to another caller shortly.
I went my man a while ago.
There are a couple of Jamaican expressions I could use at this stage, Mr. Francis, but I will not do that.
I'm asking Mr. Why closing.
Yes.
So you think the proposal to the government to lift the people out of the dungeon down in the bottom for years without any death appointment? Do you think this call is a good call, sir?
No, I'm not doing an assessment of calls and callers. We're using this platform to provide people opportunities to express themselves, and that it is done at a level of with a high level of decorum.
RAD Farmers Bargain Depot, your complete farm store for all your farming equipment, animal feeds, tail chicks, herbicides, fertilizers, fungicides, pesticides, and medication. If we don't have it, we'll source it. We also offer advice on crop care. Open Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. except public holidays. RAD Farmers Bargain Depot, 2 Manning's Plaza, Main Street, Fort Maria. Telephone 876-707-7161.
Calling all parents, teachers, students, this is for you. Get your back-to-school supplies at discounted prices in time for the start of the new school year. Join us at the RJR Gliana Back-to-School Bazaar, Saturday, August 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the South Lawn at Dervan House. Come with your book lists and get great deals on textbooks and school supplies. We'll have fun and games on our live radio broadcasts on Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Sponsored by National Baking Company. It's always national. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Carlon Publishers Caribbean Limited, partners in the education process, Sunshine Snacks, all your favorites, Dervan Biscuits, smiles in every bite, Old MacDonald Farms, King of Sausage, First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, Sangster's Bookstores, a mind's best friend, Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, the Students' Loan Bureau, building bridges, transforming dreams.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bear with me, please. There's a caller who has been holding now for 39 minutes and 36 seconds because the screen goes blank after a while and you out of sight, out of mind, and forgetting that someone is holding on the device.
Let me just start by saying I didn't call for this though, but never make a good input was last week. I think Friday after the around day. And today was all over the place. And let me just add this thing here. America is not great because of the resources, or the oil or the gold or whatever it is. There's two, in my opinion, there's two reasons why America is a great country. It's people and the system of government, democracy, where people can choose, people can open enterprise, can open businesses, can choose their destiny forward. And yes, we are going through a bit of crisis now, but we always tends to come out of it because people, in our opinion, when they have the choice to choose, they will choose what's right in the long run. I think last week he made a good input about the remittance, and someone texted and said that, oh, well, maybe should speak for himself because I don't receive any money from overseas. I just want to make an input on that front. Even if you don't receive any money from overseas, that money, that $3 billion that was received, that was sent to Jamaica last year, it has, trust me, it's first of all, foreign exchange, a direct foreign exchange. That money goes into circulation, okay? In other words, when you put $3 billion in a size of Jamaican circulation, it's a great deal, It goes to pay taxes, okay, because most of that money goes to pay for consumption. So you could think about maybe a good probably 75% of that money goes in consumption, and government get their 16% GCT tax from it. So that money goes a long way, even if you don't collect directly from the government. So I just want to put that out there.
Sure.
Next person has texted and said that, well, I should worry about the crime, the mass shooting, because America has over 400 mass shooting so far this year. And why I'm not worrying about that? Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. The shooting here, it's a problem. It shouldn't be happening, especially the frequency is happening. But let me say to you, Dervan, if you don't, you have to put things in context. If you don't study statistics, if you don't study probability, and you understand these, they're not hard maths. You will think the way you think. So let me just put something in perspective here. The size of the United States is almost 900 times Jamaica's size by landmass. 900 times. Now, when you have a shooting, how close you are to that shooting makes a huge difference. Okay, so if you're around the corner, if you're 10 miles, I remember the days when Kingston used to have a shooting, over in Montego Bay. it didn't really affect us that much because we're in Montego Bay, we're like 100 miles away. Now you have to think, some of these things when they happen, even one of upstate New York happened, very tragic in Buffalo. Buffalo is over, is Buffalo from here to Buffalo is over 400 miles. So the size of the country makes a difference because it does not affect you. So if you do some math here, 900 times, US is 900 times Jamaica size. US has over 400 mass shooting. And by the way, mass shooting is any shooting that 3 or more people got shot. That's what mass shooting is. Okay. Now, if you were to do that math and think about the size of the US, even though the US have 400, Jamaica shouldn't probably have none yet. And to have the same effect. To have the same effect, Jamaica shouldn't have none. Because Jamaica, the US is 900 times the size of Jamaica when it comes to size. So that's, and from my count, Jamaica has probably over 30 mass shooting already. There were 3, at the start of this month, there were 3 mass shooting in Jamaica. 3 of them that I've counted. The next thing is population. From what I check, the US have over 125 times Jamaica population. So if you go by population, yeah, I mean, when the US have 400, Jamaica probably should have 2 or 3 mass shooting. So, you have to put things in context. You have to understand math. You have to understand probability. You have to understand ratio. And if you don't, you have the same thinking. I say, yeah, man, crime is weird. No, it doesn't. That's not. You cannot look at things that way. Yes, I agree. You probably can go some places in the US and have the same, some small pockets, like I could say, like Baltimore. Baltimore is a very, very disturbing city, and that has somewhat the same or more the same effect. If you live there or go there, you'll feel the same way because you probably heard of mass shooting happened or somebody, 3 people got shot 3-4 miles away or whatever it is. Or if you live in, not probably in the surrounding area, it's kind of closer to where you are. But one good thing.
Having said all of that, though, whether we're talking about Jamaica or the United States of America, the rate is high. Whether you're talking about America or Jamaica, the rate is high. No other country in the history of the world has had or is having or has been having the rate of incidents when it comes to mass shootings in the first place. And that's when we're talking about the United States of America. And when you come to Jamaica, no, man, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Okay,
just hang on a second. And when you're talking about Jamaica, yes, has a high crime rate. There are no 2 ways about it. So that's a fact. But the rate of mass shootings in America and general crime, it's a big problem that has been exacerbated by COVID-19. Post COVID-19, there, if you check the reports, post COVID-19, a greater number of violent acts and incidents.
Well, I mean, COVID did bring the crime rate here, the violence rate a little bit, but Mexico, for example, had a much higher murder rate than the United States.
No, we've moved past that. What I'm saying is, whatever you say about mass shootings or whatever is said about mass shootings in America, there's nothing false there. It is high. There's nothing false there. It is high. And when you're talking about Jamaica and the high crime rate, that is a fact. That Jamaica has a high crime rate.
All right, and that's why I started by saying there's no doubt about it. The United States has a problem, But the problem in Jamaica is like 20 times, 30 times than what the US has. That's the point I'm making. If somebody told you if you drive on a road, you're gonna 20 times to get killed. Chances are you're not gonna drive on that road. When it comes to probability and statistic and ratio, you have to understand what I'm talking about. For example, if you put a
and I'm saying to you, we're not. It's not a tit for tat and this for that. What we're saying is that it is a fact. It is a fact that the incidence of mass shooting is high in the United States of America. Whether we like it or not, it is a fact that we have a high crime rate in Jamaica. So what we need to do in our respective territories is to play our part in improving the conditions. That's it.
I agree on that point, but the point I'm making again, okay? Jamaica, if you look at mass shooting, by size and population is over probably 30 to 40 times what the United States is. That's the point I'm making.
But you're telling us, you're telling us what we know. It is high.
I don't know if you know that.
It is high in both countries.
Listen, I do worry about what happened here. I understand that. And I'm saying to you, yes, we have a problem here. It shouldn't be happening, especially so frequently, right? It's a problem. We need to get this Second Amendment.
And these discussions that we are having are not necessarily helping the situation either. We're perhaps supposed to be having a different kind of conversation, a different kind of discussion. If we are serious about initiating some kind of a change or making some kind of an impact.
I am only responding based on when your input from a text message or whatever WhatsApp message came in to let people understand that yes, I agree. I am worried about what happened here, but I'm deeply worried, troubled what happened in Jamaica because it's much higher than here. When I used to live in New York, when New York was when we had almost 3,000 murder per year, it was very troubling. New York, thank God, New York is nowhere near that no more. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just being just for educational purposes, Dervan. It's not like I'm saying America don't have problem. I mean, like I'm saying
no, we're not even going there. What we're saying is the rate of mass shootings in America is high. That is a fact. And we're also saying the rate of murders in Jamaica is high, and that is a fact. We don't need to be engaging in some kind of a rabid type of, I'm saying that is not necessary. We need to have a different kind of discussion.
Well, again,
hold a moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock. Under the law. Know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. Under the law.
Brought to you today by the Tourism Product Development Company Limited, enhancing and developing Jamaica's tourism product. The Tourism Product Development Company Limited has the mandate to develop and maintain Jamaica's tourism product. With a team of driven professionals across 5 locations, this world-class agency of the Ministry of Tourism continues to contribute to the growing tourism industry and enhance visitor experience, thereby improving the well-being of Jamaicans. For more information, visit www.tpdeco.org. TPDeco, enhancing and developing Jamaica's tourism product.
Morning. I'm your next door neighbor, Rivis Car Rentals.
Okay, come to check out the competition.
Just welcoming you to the area. It's good to have another car rental company nearby. For at the peak of the tourist season, we never have enough cars.
That's encouraging.
Been in the business long?
Nearly 6 months.
Okay.
Where do you get your cars?
Some here, some overseas.
Are you aware of the special concessions that you can get for new cars?
Tell me about it.
The car rental subsector benefits from some cars with CC rating up to a maximum of 2,500 and CIF up to a maximum of 35,000 US dollars under the PIR. That's product input relief. Vehicles above those limits will not be allowed under the PIR and will have to pay the full tax liability.
Every car rental company can get those benefits.
As long as you've been operating for a year with a JGB car rental license. And you have at least 10 vehicles in your fleet.
We have to get a license right away.
The licenses are processed by the Tourism Product Development Company for the Jamaica Tourist Board. They have offices in 5 locations across the island. So start the process.
All car rental companies should know that concessions are available under the Fiscal Incentives Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2013. There are terms to access these fiscal incentives, some of which are: vehicles must be used in the tourism industry, concessions are granted for only new vehicles, applicants must have a current Jamaica Tourist Board license, a TCC, and a GCT registration certificate, and it must be registered with the Companies Office of Jamaica. Any operator who breaches the terms and the conditions shall be liable for payment of full duties. That's how it is under the law.
Brought to you today by the Tourism Product Development Company Limited, enhancing and developing Jamaica's tourism product.
Join us Tuesday at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. on Power 106 FM for Under the Law.
Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please.
Dervan, the only reason I'm bringing this up is just because when we reason, you have to think mathematically. That's how I reason. You just, I hear people say, well, crime everywhere. I mean, crime is in Japan, yeah. I mean, well, a lot lower rate. It's a lot lower than even the US. I mean, so only reason you have to reason, that's the only reason I'm bringing this up. That when you reason, you can't just reason, just say anything out the mouth. I mean, you have to think logically. And that's how that's the only reason I brought this up.
And we maintain it is a fact, it is palpable, it's everywhere. Everybody knows that America has a high incidence of shootings, mass shootings, and related killings. Jamaica also has a high murder rate.
Well, again, when you look at murder in the US per 100,000 is about 6.
Any way you slice it or cut it or dice it, any way you cut it or slice it or dice it.
No, again, you cannot, I'm not, I think a lot of times when we speak, and when we do things, if I said, yes, murder rate in America is high, yes, there's some places in America, just like in Jamaica. There are some places in Jamaica is peaceful. Remember, Jamaica is a small.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop being high. It doesn't stop being high.
You can't even compare Jamaica with the United States.
Nobody is comparing. We're stating 2 points of fact. One, that the rate, the incidence of mass killings in America, it's high. It is high. The incidence of murders in Jamaica is high.
Again, Jamaica, when it comes to murder.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so we don't need to be going around and on and on and on and on. That's the point I'm making. We don't need it.
That's all I'm saying, Dervan. Nothing else. Nothing I'm saying. I'm not lying. Yeah. Take care, man.
All right. You too.
Yeah.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon. This is Dervan. I'm sorry. Please forgive me if I have to emphasize Van or make a point of it. Yes, because
Okay.
it's been 30 years, 30 plus years now, and I'm still getting Derval and Mr. Graham and all these things. So I'm just humbly and kindly just reminding us that it's Van, Dervan, vum, vum, vum.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon.
I I am trying to get an assistant for a past student of no. I'm trying to get assistant for a child who is going to Bridgeport High School. She just passed the Bridgeport High School. She is a twin. Her brother is a girl and boy twin. But the brother, it's not a problem, but the girls, we do need some assistance for her in the sense of getting some uniforms and shoes for her. I am not sure if any past student of Bridgeport High School over here in Portmore could assist her. She's going for the first time in September. So I'm not sure if any kind listener could assist me in getting her to school. I am her grandmother. I assist my daughter and her husband with the children to go back to school each year. But unfortunately, I am diagnosed with cancer sometime in June, and I'm going through a rough time now. I can't assist them anymore. The mommy is working as she's looking after an elderly lady, and the daddy, which is the husband of the mommy, he's the father of the children as well. He's working on a bus. So they're trying real hard. They have one going to St. Louis High, and the twin now that is one going to Bridgeport and one going to Greater Portmore, and they have a 5-year old going to basic school. But just the daughter who is going to Bridgeport, soon attending Bridgeport. She's the main one we need assistance for.
Well, we trust at least one person has heard your story, and we hope that there are others who have heard. And if they're inclined to assisting, they can always. What we'll suggest is that you leave a name and number off air, please,
I will.
and we will keep it in the system. And if and when we get inquiries about that situation, we will share the information with those who inquire.
Okay, not a problem. I do appreciate any kind listener or anyone, any past student from Bridgewood High. We will
So, see
appreciate.
a gentleman, and I know he's a gentleman based on past performance. M. Jam is asking, how can we help? I know he's a good man. He played his part in a situation in helping a listener, another listener, some time ago. Looks like he is possibly prepared to assist. Uh, so he's asking, how can we help? That's the question he's asking us on YouTube, and we're going to humbly suggest that you, even if you have to repeat the information that you just shared, that you could be more precise
Hmm.
in response to M Jam's question, how can we help?
Okay, I would really appreciate if they could um the school go through the school because I would leave the name of the child that is going to Bridgeport. I think they could purchase because the uniform has to be purchased from the school. So I would appreciate if they could go through the school to pay for the uniform that she could receive it before she's supposed to go to school on September 4. So I'd really appreciate if they could buy the uniform through the school and then she could go and pick it up.
Yes, it's a good idea to channel it through the school, because the school is uh, is very well placed to authenticate and sign off on matters involving a situation such as this.
Right. And then the shoes, I'm not sure if they could buy the shoes and bring it also to the school. And because we have to put pride aside, honestly, we have to, for the sake of the children.
Right. So what I would humbly suggest is that you and I suspect that you might very well have such a checklist already, a list of items that the child will need, and a possible price if you have checked it out already in terms of the cost beside it. So then you have the total, and so that those who might very well uh, be looking to help will have further and better particulars to work with.
Right.
Mhm.
Because the most part we have it hard with is the uniform and the shoes. And the uniform is purchased at school.
All right. And well, MJAM is asking for a number to contact the school.
Okay, I don't have the number for the school. I could ask and get the number for the school as well. It's Bridgeport High School. No longer comprehensive. It's Bridgeport High now.
Okay.
Over here in Portmore, St. Catherine.
All right. So I'm just checking here. The number I'm seeing for Bridgeport High School is 876 988 4489. 876 988 4489. That's the number for Bridgeport High School. So for those who are moved to respond in kind, that's the number to call. Get in touch with the school office, and
Right, and I will.
in fact, you might need to do a little more than that to make it official by putting it in writing and submit that letter to the school so that they know. Usually the guidance department deals with these matters. That's my understanding.
I have to leave the child's name just in case somebody would like to purchase a uniform. I could leave her name with that person so they could inform the school of the child's name and when she could pick up her uniform.
All right. So you go ahead and do what you think is best, and you can let us know how it goes. Thank you very much for the call.
Can I give the number?
We have to take the break. One moment, please.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Shop at RAD Farmers Bargain Depot, your complete farm store for all your farming equipment, animal feeds, daily chicks, herbicides, fertilizers, fungicides, pesticides, and medication. If we don't have it, we'll source it. We also offer advice on crop care. Open Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. except public holidays. RAD Farmers Bargain Depot, 2 Manning's Plaza, Main Street, Fort Maria. Telephone 876-707-7161. It's probing.
There has not been a single year since 1974 where the poor has not been oppressed by the state.
Precisely. Spurring action to move Jamaica forward.
I know people are out there screaming, yes, but it's not just this government. I don't chill, fix it, and stop screaming, govern, man, govern, whoever is there.
Featuring The Bottom Line with Ralston Hyman, the best public affairs banter on Jamaican radio.
Part of the national campaign against inflation. We have to have a shake-up of the public sector boards leading to increased efficiency, cut the corruption and the mismanagement, and get the agencies to function in a more efficient manner.
It's Power Talk Weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Identifying challenges and finding solutions in a globalized world. Dr. Herbert Gale on Mondays and Tuesdays. Simon Crossfield from Wednesday to Friday on Power 106 FM. Join us.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. A couple of messages on YouTube. So, MJAM, let's make sure all the information is covered. MJAM, in response to the questions, first one was, how can we help? And the second one was, can she say the number of the school? And we have shared that number. And MJAM says, I'll cover it. Just the information. So MJAM seems prepared to take on the task of furnishing back to school items. He's asking for the information, just the information. Now, just as we said earlier on, put it in writing, the list of items, the cost, so that the matter can be dealt with. And MJAM says, got the number, Dervan, and when I call, how do I identify the child? Well, MJAM, we have, and because we're familiar with MJAM, we're going to share the information with MJAM so that the person who is reaching out or responding to the request or the need will perhaps need to have this number. So MJAM, I think, is it this phone or the other one? We have MJAM's number. MJAM, if you still have our WhatsApp number, please go ahead and confirm by sending your number. I think I know we have your number somewhere in the system here, but just in case, feel free to share your contact once again, just to ensure that there are no gaps in the communication. All right, MJAM, thank you very much for your usual positive response. We trust all will go well. Thank you. All right, let's clear some of these other messages now. Let's see. This one from Windell. Windell says, good afternoon, Dervan. I don't understand what Voice of New York is saying. Anywhere a shooting takes place in the US, it's far from someone and near to someone. We're not the worst. Stanley, thank you very much for your message. And that message from Stanley. Going down the line. This one says, good evening, Mr. Malcolm. Good afternoon. Still afternoon here in Jamaica. I'm not going to say yay or nay regarding the sending of our troops to Haiti, but this: when Gilbert devastated Jamaica in September 1988, one of the first planes with relief supplies came from Haiti. Tears came to my eyes, knowing the difficulties that Haiti have always had. The Gleaner archives can attest to that. Moringa Man. Thank you very much, Moringa Man, for your message. of compassion. Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, Richard has me laughing. Very impertinent. Mr. Malcolm, quoting, by the Bible, on the solid rock I stand. All other grounds are sinking sand. Congratulations to our reggae girls for the tremendous achievement for reaching the round of 16. Well done. And we still want the reggae park fitted with all the best amenities for the girls and the people of Jamaica. Far too long we've relied on the National Stadium. The time has come for a world-class reggae park that earns revenue for the people and economy of Jamaica on a daily basis, says Cuban in Georgia. Thank you for your message, Cuban in Georgia. Kermit says, Dervan, please tell Neville that Sam Sharp is on the $500 bill. Like I said, I haven't been scrutinizing the new Jamaican dollar bills. So I didn't even pick up anything like that. I just look at the figure on the paper, on the money, and once I confirm what denomination it is, I act accordingly. But thank you very much, Kermit, for confirming that Sam Sharp is in fact, the image of Sam Sharp is in fact on the $500 bill. So that's for Mr. Carter. Here's another message. Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm, with due respect. I think Neville has lost it. To me, he's not. Well, we're not going to read that part of the message because such pronouncements and conclusions can only be formed or should only be arrived at by those qualified on these matters. That nobody talks about at the recent, another part of that message now, at the recent Denby Agricultural Show, I heard nobody talking about the aeroponic type of farming, OMW. Are they saying that something is missing here, nothing about this kind of farming? Richard, there. So Richard wants to hear more about aeroponic type farming. I don't know if Althea McKenzie is listening. This is another one for your list, Althea McKenzie. Richard wants to know more about aeroponic farming. Another message, this one from Rohan Johnson of Atlas Ocho Rios. He says, I'm encouraging all road users to make safety be their number one priority while driving on the nation's roads, coming from Rohan Johnson, Atlas Ocho Rios, clocking in. Thank you for connecting. Miss Evadne says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and the staff of Poro 106. I was in Denby yesterday at the showground. It was good apart from the heat. I hope you and the crew had a wonderful time. Indeed, we did. Big up to all in class today. Enough love and happiness, says Evadne White. Thank you very much, Miss Evadne, for your message. There's more. This one says, Mr. Malcolm, for some time now. Oh, we read this one earlier on, but he sent another message. This is from Gordon in Harborview. He says, well said, Mr. Malcolm. I'm thinking of the disorder, nastiness, people just throwing garbage all over, disrespect for the elderly by individuals as well as institutions. Gordon, we get your message quite clearly. We get it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Gordon. Here's another one. Did he say Dr. Leon Vaughn? My gosh, he is my eye doctor. He's the best in Jamaica. What am I going to do now? With emojis of emojis bawling, essentially. This is sad. Our condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, neighbors of the late Dr. Leon Vaughan. May his soul rest in peace and light perpetual shine on him. Let's clear a few more messages. Most of these are from Independence Day. Miss June in Oslo, Norway was messaging us on the day. So too June in Bermuda. And we also had a visit from the Ward Post via WhatsApp. Sean Patrick Young says, good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm, your viewers and listeners all over the world. Happy to be joining in on your program. Thank you very much. All the best. And who is this now? Oh, wow. So someone has shared. This is really sad. Really very sad. Someone has shared a photo that I took with the late chef Dennis McIntosh some time ago. Our condolences, sincerest condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, neighbors of the late executive chef Dennis McIntosh. Condolences. Sincerest condolences. It's the road we'll all have to travel. This one says, morning. Oh, this came in Saturday morning. Give us some exposure on this. Our male national team will represent Jamaica at the event. What's this? Cancun Bowl. No, I'm first time hearing about it. I'll check on it though. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing and all the very best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And it's time for another break, and then we come back with more.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106. You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
all you'll ever need to know about agriculture in the 21st century, packed into one program. Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie. Farm Talk, showcasing cutting-edge agricultural products, services, and practices. Farm Talk, keeping focus on issues affecting the farming community. Farm Talk, stimulating discourse to propel agriculture as a national tool for development. Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie, the farmer's best friend.
When I listen to you in the mornings and the way you interview the people so that us as farmers can really understand you, break it down, it's really powerful.
Wake up to Farm Talk, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Another message came in for Mr. Neville Carter saying, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Tell Neville that Sam Sharp and Nanny are on the $500 bill and Sangster and Shearer on the $5,000 bill. Mr. Carter, check the money in your pocket. Thank you very much for your message. And Barbara Horton has shared a voice, well, a voice clip, a voice message. Let's see, we haven't been able to listen to it off air before determining where we go from here. So let's see if we can listen to it during the next break and then take it from there. Thank you very much. 876-922-4112 the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. More messages to clear. Oh boy, didn't realize there were so many. Ras T says blessings to you, Ras T. Norman Hines says back, as in he's back. Derek Morgan says there have been more than 200 mass shootings across the U.S. so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive, which defines a mass shooting as an incident in which 4 or more people are injured or killed. Their figures include shootings that happen in homes and in public places. And Derek Morgan's source seems to be Politico. That's the name of his source. Politico. Rasti says, you are right, Mr. Malcolm, in reference to what we had been saying earlier on with respect to these shootings, both in Jamaica and the United States of America. Derek Morgan says in each of the last 3 years, there have been more than 600 mass shootings, almost 2 a day on average. And then we go now to Sharon Richards in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. She says, blessed afternoon, Sir Malcolm and all listeners. One love. One love to you too, Sharon Richards. Dr. Dunn in Skokie, Illinois, is seeking to assist as well the child who needs assistance to go back to school at Bridgeport High School. Dr. Dunn, we have your particulars. So what we will do is to connect you with we'll connect you with the caregiver. Let's just say the caregiver whose details we already have. So we will include you. We will send you those contact details, Dr. Dunn, so that you also are able to play your part in seeing to the back to school needs of this child. If you don't mind, Dr. Dunn, please, if you could send us just a message, nothing major, just say hello or something so that your message will go on top of the pile, so to speak, and which will help us to get this done in the shortest possible time. Marva Griffiths Herman, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Natalie Winter says, blessings, Dervan, from Washington Gardens, Kingston, Jamaica, sending lots of love and high regards. She says, Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, saying good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and friends. Good afternoon. Dr. Trevor Dixon says, greetings, Mr. Dervan, Malcolm, and the both sides of the story family. Greetings from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you for connecting, Dr. Dixon, Dr. Trevor Dixon, founder of the Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. And Jessica is saying, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jessica. Thank you so much for the messages. Thank you for the calls. And we look forward to your continued listenership and support. The numbers once again, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Oh, we still haven't been able to listen to these voice notes. Oh dear. Let's see. We still have a few more minutes before we have to wrap. Maybe in the next break. Let's see how that goes. Here's Sean calling through on 876-365-3346. Good afternoon, Sean.
Good afternoon, Uncle Dervan, Malcolm. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great so far. I enjoy my Independence weekend.
We're happy to hear that. Where did you go?
I never did go anywhere over the weekend.
Well, nothing is wrong with that. If you spend time at home, nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah, that is true. Teacher, let's ask you a question. What is it about Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago? What is it about those two countries?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
I said, what is it about Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica?
I heard you, and I'm saying, I'm essentially saying I don't know. What, and I'm asking, did I miss something? What did I miss?
The reason why I'm asking about Trinidad and Tobago, because people that live in the Caribbean region, they talk Jamaican-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, because Trinidad and Tobago are brothers country, right?
It's a Twin Island Republic, they call it. Twin Island Republic. Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and so on. Twin Island Republics.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me these things, teacher. You are very bright.
You're very kind.
Yes. One more thing. Why you have to always tell your callers that they are very kind to you when they say something to you?
Because of the generosity of spirit with which they respond to traits that they see in me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for
You're welcome.
Next time we will talk.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can send us not only your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us on WhatsApp, 876-365-3346. Let's see, Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, having a good laugh. And Dr. Dunn in Skokie, Illinois says, thank you, Sir Malcolm. Although that child is covered, perhaps there are others at the school needing help. Well, sure, Dr. Dunn, if you are so inclined, by all means, we would be only too happy to connect you. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Mr. Malcolm, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'm really seeking some help. I want to build a storage to store.
You know, as I heard you a while ago, it just sounded like you were eating mango. I don't know why. I can't see anything. I just were you eating mango a while ago?
Mango?
Mm-hmm.
What is mango?
A fruit.
Yeah,
That
man. Yeah, man.
mm,
I'm actually on the labor right now.
a what?
I'm working at the moment right now. I'm in an industrial area doing some work.
Oh.
And I just get a 5-minute recess
Mm-hmm.
and I have to make a call to Malcolm.
Oh, I thought you were having a mango during the recess. I don't know why it sounded like that.
Well, these devices, none of them is perfect. And sometimes when when you hear coming through your station there, there's somebody have food in the mouth. But I think it's a device.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, yeah, man, I really want some help. I want to build a 5,000 square feet storage to store food. So I'm seeking help from overseas everywhere I can get it. Even if I have to build a part of it out of clay. But let me tell you something, man. I don't know, but I travel around Jamaica and I don't see where we're storing any food much, especially in my area, the rural areas.
No, it would be quite something. It would be quite awesome if you were able to do it. If you can enlist the support of Jamaicans at home and abroad. And if it is well thought out, well worked out, then more power to you for starting something good.
Yeah, because I cut the road leading into that piece of land that I want to build it on already. You can actually drive up and come right in. But it's to break the ground. It need quite a couple of dollars. But I don't even want the money. What I want is material and labor.
Oh,
You know,
like in old time Jamaica.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am a man who interested in swapping and them thing there. Interested in the money. Me tell you the truth, Mr. Malcolm. Because when I was growing up, I always think that I should just work. I never even think about the money, but me know that once we work, money will come after.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple and iPad and iPod and all these things. He said, never set out to make money. Set out to make a difference.
Yes.
If you make a difference, the money will come.
Yes. We have to use some grassroots solution now, man, because we tell you something. You see, right in the farming area where me is now in Hanover, I would like to see a lot of farmers own a lot of businesses. Dozens of businesses. I would like to see farmers in this region own.
And what's your region again?
I'm in the Hanover area.
One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
It's probing.
There has not been a single year since 1974 where the poor has not been oppressed by the state.
Precisely. Spurring action to move Jamaica forward.
I know people are out there screaming, yes, but it's not just this government. I don't cheer. Fix it and stop spinning. Govern, man, govern. Whoever is there.
Featuring The Bottom Line with Ralston Hyman, the best public affairs banter on Jamaican radio.
Part of the national campaign against inflation, we have to have a shake-up of the public sector boards leading to increased efficiency, cut the corruption and the mismanagement, and get the agencies to function in a more efficient manner.
It's Power Talk, weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Identifying challenges and finding solutions in a globalized world. Dr. Herbert Gale on Mondays and Tuesdays. Simon Crosskill from Wednesday to Friday on Power 106 FM. Join us.
God bless my heart be silent.
Are you still there? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, the labor to get people to work now, it is so hard. Everybody wants to turn lawyers and doctors. We're not seeing even like
That's not entirely true. If you read data from the Companies Office of Jamaica, the Companies Office of Jamaica reported some time ago, I would say it was during the COVID-19 years, that the Companies Office of Jamaica reported a significant increase in business registration, the number of businesses registering, and I think we got some information as well on the nature and extent of the kind of businesses. So there are Jamaican entrepreneurs who have been innovating, creating, and producing the kind of solutions that can garner revenue, and they have been doing that. So it's not well, I'm just trying to be careful how I say it, but it's not a case of people not getting up and going out there and pursuing their goals and doing the research for the product or whatever they're doing. A lot of that has happened during the COVID years, and even since then, if you check the Companies Office of Jamaica.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the hands-on. I have a business over 20 years.
Well, that's hands-on. What are you talking about? It's hands-on we're talking about. That's hands-on.
What I'm saying to you, I'm talking about labor. To people to work in my storage here. I can't get anybody because I have to register this business before. Well, to be honest with you, I went.
What do you mean you can't? Hold on, because my late mother would say 10 things in a one. You're giving us 10 in one, and that's confusion. Please.
Yeah, what I'm simply saying.
Yes.
When we're talking about labor, persons to work has nothing to do with registering a company. You have to register the business before you start. So that is one. And about 40 of us go and register, we still have problem getting workers.
No, but essentially, these are businesses that didn't exist before COVID-19. These are businesses that have been created and people have been employed and are still being employed.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand now. I thought it was new business.
It's new businesses. Wow. New enterprises established by entrepreneurs, innovators, creatives, creators, producers, marketers.
I don't know whatever fruit eating in my region, but it seems like the more they eat these fruits and the more them withdraw from work. I don't know. I am not seeing the labor force.
But remember, we're also living in an age of where some Jamaicans can now work from home. This is not the same. This is not the world of some time ago. A lot has changed and is still changing. It's a dynamic situation.
I am going to journey to Tampa and Belgrade soon to see if I can get some workers there to come here to help me with the storage.
Well, just make a budget as well for work permits, because you're gonna have to pay for those as well.
You know, I have to seek outside help now because, Mr. Malcolm, I tell you the truth, I love this country, and a lot of us is trying. You know, and even this government, to tell you the truth, I not hide it. This government is trying, and I see where the opposition is trying too. I am not going to blame the government for nothing. And this government is a strong government. I see several things what they do, and I'm not a politician, but to tell you the truth, we have to stop bashing each other and come together and let us stitch together and see how much we can push this country forward with production. You know, the bashing no work because we all one people. You know, and we need to love each other. And I want the ministry to start send around people, even get some volunteers to go in the basic school, primary school, and teach these children to love each other, especially boys. You know, recently, the boy was riding a bike, and the other one said not sitting behind that the rider. He sat sideways on the bike. It looked so awful. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've changed the subject. I thought you were still talking about agriculture and the building that you're looking to set up.
Yes, as I say, I'm going to join it there. I did finish that and move on to how we can
You said you were going to Tampa, Florida, and somewhere else for workers.
Yeah, man, Belgrade. Maybe look some workers the next week. I'm more, if we even get 10, you know, to come with me here.
So you are going to pay for flight tickets to fly these workers into Jamaica, notwithstanding the fact that there are still people who need to be employed here in Jamaica.
No, man, them people pay them fee and go help them, man. They know about building the storage, you know, man. When you go there and you look how them build them storeroom and thing, you know, them come and them know exactly what to do, Mr. Malcolm. Okay. Our people here can do it too. But
all right. On that hopeful note, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. There's a caller on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
I miss Russ Lloyd on the program this afternoon. What has happened? He has emancipated himself and gone to Africa.
We don't know yet.
I miss him, but that call just now was a good filler, comic relief.
Yeah, well.
You know, I keep listening to him and I keep wondering, what is he storing the food for? Storage of food for what purpose? What, famine?
I guess eventually, I guess maybe if we talked much longer, he would have told us.
We need to ask him from the outset. He's talking about the storage. And he's going to go to Tampa.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh.
And they're going to pay their fare. Is he going to pay them? And these are from the U.S. This U.S. dollar wages he will be giving them.
Yes.
Oh, man, I tell you, I really was missing
Russ Lloyd. Russ Lloyd. Yes, I don't know.
You're going to Africa, man. Please call in tomorrow. I look forward to listening to him every day.
Well, we will listen out for him, and you will know, no doubt, once he's on.
This gentleman is a close second. Comic relief. I have to get my laugh every day from your program. God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you.
Okay,
take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Laughter has medicinal value, so let's have a laugh. Dr. Dunn says, thank you, Sir Malcolm. Although that child is covered, perhaps there are others. Yes, this is the same response. Information, right. Yeah, that's the same response. This one says, nice program. That's nice of you to say. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's another message. This one is from Neville, otherwise known as Salah. He says, Dervan, I watched Dr. Michelle Charles. These people are a disgrace. I don't know what this is about. I've been hearing some rumblings about the place, about who you somebody lift up somebody's frock or something like that, but I haven't seen anything. Mind you, I'm not one of those who is online trying to see every picture and every video, etc. But I haven't seen that. That one hasn't crossed my path. So I would have to, I don't know why I would want to subject myself to that anyway. But I would have to see what people are talking about to be able to come to a conclusion as to the efficacy of the actions taken in that video. But for what it's worth, Neville says what is essentially telling us that what he saw is disgraceful. Somebody went to the member of parliament, it is said, for some help, and had to bring politics into it, and then going on to say these labor rights are becoming a disgrace to the society, says Salah from Kingston. Well, Salah, you are taking the kind of position that citizens of a particular character would take. I mean, in terms of just being serious, getting serious when it comes on to, and being serious when it comes on to how we respond to instances of what I like to call extremism. You know, people going to extremes, doing some things in such a way that they go to extremes, and such must be condemned. Taki Lemko says, blessings on the downside of the afternoon, Dervan, and all on board. Greetings from New Jersey. Welcome. Congratulations to the Reggae Girls for a very impressive and historical performance overall, he says. Thank you very much for the message. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Tuesday, the 8th of August, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 5.
Bye.
Good afternoon.